Whew, I got lost there for a second, everybody. Hello, Lucas Haneman here. Welcome to this week's episode of Guitar Tone Tuesday. Getting lost in the beauty of this thing right here. This is a Gibson J45. Now, on this channel, we don't usually talk about the big brands. I like to present alternatives to you. But my friend offered to lend this guitar to me, my friend Pat, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to take him up on his offer and let's talk about the history, the very cool history of the Gibson J45, because it is an amazing workhorse of a guitar. So versatile, so amazing in so many styles of music. It is just something of beauty, one of the most copied guitar designs around. So, what is the J45? Now, when I think of J45, I think of a round-shouldered Dreadnaught. So what is that? Well, over here, on the lower bout side of the guitar, this guitar is big. It is a Dreadnaught shape. But over here, on the upper bout, the guitar is a bit smaller. It's more rounded. And it's more curvy. So a typical Dreadnaught has square shoulders over here. This one has rounded shoulders, so perhaps this guitar is more based off the earlier Didson Dreadnoughts from the 1910s, from right around 1916. Maybe it's based on the early D28s and D18s from 1931 until 1933, until they changed it in 1934. I don't know, but whatever it is certainly its own thing, and it has its own voice. So not only does this guitar have the rounded shoulders, it has a short scale length, which is great for capoing. 24.75 inches, which I think of as the typical Gibson scale. Not only is that scale length short, but instead of having ebony board and ebony bridge like on lots of acoustic guitars, Gibson opted for rosewood boards and rosewood bridges on this guitar, which adds to the warmth, in my opinion. The warmth is also complemented by the Sitka spruce top and the mahogany back inside with this beautiful trim here. Mahogany. Mahogany is warm. It's more mid-rangey. It's not so bright and reverberant as rosewood, in my experience. So this is a newer J45. These guitars certainly had their share of changes over the years. In the 1950s, the pickguard shape changed until 1982. In the early 1960s, they had adjustable bridges. One particular year, they even had a plastic bridge. In the 1970s, the body shape changed altogether to a square shoulder Dreadnought. And from 1982 until 1984, these guitars were all but gone from the Gibson catalog, because at that time it was all synths that were so popular, right? But since then, it's come back in its full glory with its sunburst finish, and it's just iconic design. One of the most copied guitars, along with the D28. So it is great in a range of styles. Because of the short scale length, it is great for blues. It is great for fingerstyle blues. You can bend those strings a bit, you can slide around, it's really, really nice. Really great for that style. It's no wonder that Lightnin Hopkins, Reverend Gary Davis Jr., The list goes on and on. So many amazing blues players have used these guitars over the years. Not only has it been used in blues, but it has certainly been used by many picker, you know. So Elizabeth Cotten, as I hinted at the beginning of the video, played J45s. Also, Bob Dylan, as I hinted at the beginning of the video, is a lover of the J45. There's so many great players who play these guitars, right? But not only is it good for the fingerstyle thing, it is great with a flat pick, you know? So if I pick up a pick here, you know, when I think of rock and roll, I also think of the J45, you know, Led Zeppelin, Jackson Browne, CCR. So many bands have used the J45. Bruce Springsteen as well. So if I dig into this thing a little bit more, you're going to hear, you know, it takes the pick well, despite the short scale length. But it has a character all its own. It's really dry. Which is perfect for recording. When I say dry, I mean it doesn't ring out like crazy, but in a really pleasant way. It's warm, it's dry, it records well. You know, this is one of the best acoustic guitars for recording because, you know, you can just place the mic on it and it's going to come out sounding the way it sounds. You're not going to have to carve out too much low end in your mix. It's a really, really amazing guitar in a range of applications. And, you know, for flat picky stuff, it's very cool. I like short scale length guitars because they are very sensitive to the location of your pick. So, you know, if I pick really close to the bridge, it sounds pretty snarly. If I pick at the edge of the sound hole, sounds pretty middle of the road. But if I go over here by the neck, check this out. Pretty cool, right? I'm going to go through all three back to back. Really, really cool. It makes you really pay attention to your hand placement. You know, my typical hand placement, by the way, is kind of right around here, this side of the sound hole, closer to the bridge. So on a guitar like this, it's great. You know, I mean, there's so many other users of these guitars too. Wilco loves these guitars. John Lennon loved these guitars. Tom Petty, people like that. I mean, it's just an amazing list of artists who've played the J45. Now, as I mentioned, lots of blues players play these guitars, and one thing that's really cool is taking a guitar like this, putting it into an alternate tuning, and using a slide. So I'm going to go down to drop D. Play something really dirty and kind of rootsy for you guys. I'll play you out on this. So cool. And it's been kicking it ever since 1942. It's been a long time, you know. Wow. What an amazing, amazing piece of history I've got right here. So please let me know in the comment section below, are you a fan of the Gibson J45? Do you like this slope-shouldered beauty? Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Let your voice be heard in the comment section down below, and we will see everybody again next Tuesday.